for everybody who was waiting so patiently. There's 0 of you now. You all gave up on us. So either way, this is recorded, so we're just going to get started. It is April 2016. The Glow. And we are talking about Scentsy Family Reunion. My name is Christina Stainbrook. I'm a Superstar Director for the team Fresh Sense of Smell Air. I've got Dawn. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Spice Dawn.
And we are going to do our introductions because y'all might have forgotten who we are. There's Edie.
Hey, I'm Star Director from Maine.
Yay. Jamie.
Hello, Jamie Sullins. I am in Catoosa, Oklahoma now, and I'm like probably the longest living Star Director ever.
No. Katie Farner.
Hi guys, I'm Katie Farner. I'm a Superstar Director of the Sunshine State Superstars here in Florida.
Whoop whoop. All right, dudes, we are talking about Scentsy Family Reunion today, and this is right now. I'm going to tell you something very important. And if that means that you need to leave this broadcast right now and do your business, and I don't mean on the toilet, then do it. But Jason Harwood, I like to embarrass these guys by being myself, right? Jason Harwood posted like an hour and a half ago, so I apologize if this was an hour and a half too late, that if you have any intention of going to Family Reunion, you need to register right this second. And I mean right this second. So if you have to shut the X on this little broadcast and go register, please do so. If you still don't know you want to go, we will try to convince you in the next hour and pray it doesn't sell out. Sound good? So we're going to try to talk to you all about Scentsy Family Reunion, why it's amazing. All of us are going to share a little bit about our first Scentsy Family Reunion and why that really made it, why we want to go to all of them, because we do, and what that did for our business, how ours grew after our first reunion. And then we all have a little bit of something to talk about as well. I know I'm going to be talking about how to get your team members to reunion. Katie Farner is going to talk about basically from essential consultant to superstar director why it's important for anyone to go and what it can do for businesses of all stages. I believe that's what you're talking about. If not, I'm sorry. Jamie's talking about why, when you do attend, why you need to be fully present to get the most out of the experience. And then Edie is going to talk about... hold on.
Recognition.
Recognition! I'm moving on, and it'll come back to me. Edie's talking about recognition, and Dawn is talking about Scentsy spirit, photo opportunities, and new friends. Does that sound like fun, everyone? I didn't even tell you guys what order you're going to go in. Is it okay if I just surprise you?
We're going to tell our stories first, right?
We're going to tell our stories first? Okay, let's do that. And then do you guys want to tell your stories and then go straight back through again? Or do you guys want to just do all your thing all at once?
I think we should all tell our stories first. It's so emotional.
Okay, let's do it. Katie Farner, you're up.
I'm so excited. Okay, so I love talking about Scentsy Family Reunion, if you can't tell, because Scentsy Family Reunion changed my business, which changed my life. It's a domino effect. Business change, life change. So that's why I love talking about reunion. So I joined in May of 2010. I didn't go to my first reunion until August of 2011. So long time. I was like a year and a half in before I went to my first Scentsy Family Reunion. And I went, my mom kind of helped me, persuade me to go. So if you're on the fence about going, ask your family. Like, see if maybe your mom, a sister, an aunt, a close friend would want to go with you. And then that helps make you feel a little more comfortable in going because you're bringing a buddy with you. My mom kind of helped me go. So my mom and I went together. It was an awesome experience. And I think what truly impacted me more than anything, because, yeah, the training was incredible. The excitement for the new products was high and, like, oh my gosh, on cloud 9, all these new scents and these new warmers, and oh my god. But more than anything, what impacted me personally was seeing all the different consultants, so many different lifestyles, so many different personalities, so many different parts of the world finding success. And it made me realize that this little mold that I thought I had to fit in to be successful at network marketing, like I thought I had to be this perfect person who was set up for it, had specific skills for it. That kind of blew that whole thought process out of the water. And I realized all these people with all these different skill sets and personalities all over the world are having success. I can too. And really it struck me too, not to like embarrass her, but Jamie Solins was somebody who, oh my God, when she talked, I was like, whoa, that girl is me. Like I feel like I'm so connected to her. You know, she was talking about how she joined Scentsy for it was able to like give her extra shoe money, and she had these cute shoes on, and I was like, oh my God, that girl is so cute. I like her. So I connected with someone that I felt like if she can do it, I can do it.
And look at us now.
Yay, look at us now. Love you, girl. So the first time I met her, I was like, oh my God, you changed my business. She's probably like, who is this weirdo? Security. No. That was what made a huge impact. And then awards night. Awards night really changed things for me too. I remember sitting there just being like wide-eyed, like, oh my God, you can win all of these. You can not win, earn all of these things. I want to earn these things. So I went home and I said, I am not going to be a sucky consultant anymore. I'm not going to just sit back and be a hobbyist. I'm going to do this thing. And that's what I did. I applied the excellent training that I received, and I kept my passion high. One of the things that they said at my first reunion was, you're getting tons of Scentsy spirit right now. I want you to take an invisible jar and fill it with the Scentsy spirit that's in the air, take it home, put it bottled up. Whenever you need an extra burst of spirit, open it up. And I kept that kind of mentality alive. And I truly feel like today I still carry that Scentsy spirit inside of me that I absorbed at that very first reunion. It changed my business and changed my life.
I still have my jar.
You still have your jar from your first reunion?
I still have it. It's right up on the shelf.
Aww. I love it. You're up, Edie.
Well, mine is not so emotional, I think. It's just fun. And it's funny to think that we all come from different stages and different times and different focuses in our lives. And, you know, at the time when I was first introduced to Scentsy, it was my daughter was having a fundraiser, and I had no idea what it was. So I was just being a really good mom, and I bought one of those warmer pots, and just something that smelled really good, and I think it was blueberry cheesecake. And I thought, you know, that'll be good. I'll help out their class, and you know, we'll get going. So 2 years later, I was on my last little piece of blueberry cheesecake, and there was no label on my warmer. There was no label on my wax. I had no idea how to get any more, so I kind of let it go off the wayside. But I truly believe that God has a way of putting things in your life when you need them. And that December, I had been selling for another direct sales company, and I had been selling for them for 12 years with no rank advancement, no team building. It just wasn't happening for me. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to put together a little event for Christmas, and it was December 4th of 2011. I had 5 other vendors, and someone reached out to me because I had been advertising it on Facebook, and they said, you know, you ought to set up a Scentsy table. And I said, well, I don't even know what that is. And so she kind of explained it a little bit, and I said, you know what, Courtney, I said, I can't do that to you. I said, you live 7 hours away from me. You're not going to be here to man that table, and I just don't have time. I have my table full of all of my products, and I just can't do that. And she said, do me a favor, please. She goes, I know you have a warmer. I'm going to send you a new bar of wax. And she said, I want you to plug it in. I want you to warm the warmer, the wax that I'm going to give you. Fan out some catalogs and some order forms. She said, I'll send you all of that stuff. Just put it on the table and leave it there for the night. And I said, honestly, I can't do you injustice like that. I just can't do that because you need to have somebody at your table to man that product. Trust me, she said. I said, okay. So I set up a little 4x4 table next to my 8-foot table for my stuff, and I let it be. I plugged in the warmer, I turned on the blueberry cheesecake, I had some catalogs out there, and I spent the night peddling my products. Not Scentsy, and I never had anybody that came over to me, and I never really paid attention to the table. I felt bad because I really didn't do anything for it. And I was packing up my stuff at the end of the night. I had sold probably about $300 worth of my product, which was not a lot. considering the amount I had. And it hit me. And I said, oh, I have to go shut off that warmer because I can't travel it with wet wax in it. And so I went over to the table and I looked down, and total amazement. Because we live in a small town, so this is doable in a small town. But there was a stack of papers with paper clip checks to them, or handwritten information for their credit card, and there was $300 worth of orders sitting on that table. And I had never done, not a thing had I done for that party, whatever it was, the table. And so, of course, as an entrepreneur, that really got me thinking. And so I went home. I told the lady who is now my sponsor what had happened, and she said, well, go ahead, pick out some stuff for Christmas because you earned some free product with that. And I said, you're kidding me. So I got some buddies, and I was super excited. They came in. I fell in love with the buddies horribly, like addicted to the buddies. And on December 30th at 11:59 p.m., I joined Scentsy. I made 2 sales on December 31st, so that gave me a $17 check in January. I was super excited. But I started for a reason. I mean, I really pushed it out of my thought. I was the worst recruit for her. I mean, I did not want anything to do with it. She knew I'd be good at it, and I didn't want anything to do with it until I proved it to myself that Scentsy sells itself. You just need to get it under their nose. And so that's how I sell and share my Scentsy now, because it was so easy that day. So that's my story.
I love it. I'm going to choose Dawn next.
Okay. I am going to tell you a little bit about my story, but I thought it was my reunion story that I was going to be telling you, so I am going to tell
Me
you
too.
about
Maybe
that
I screwed up.
instead of my actual story.
No, it's our reunion story, and, you know,
Oh,
a little
good.
hodgepodge of all.
Oh, well, I
Okay.
didn't do that at all. I guess I was totally off then.
It's okay.
I do have one, though.
Do you want to tell
Equally
yours?
inspiring.
Actually, it'll take me 2 seconds. I do have a reunion story.
Okay.
Because in 2011, when I did join, that first, 2010 is when I joined. 2011 was their first reunion, and I think it was in Texas. And it was the first time that they offered live streaming. And I thought, you know what?
Don't tell them they used to do that.
Well, listen, though, you wait. So here I'm thinking, because I'm coming from the corporate world, we used to go to conventions every year. I knew what it was like. I knew it was all rah-rah. I knew it was, you know, it can change your business, blah, 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 blah. I thought, I don't need to go to reunion. I can do this online. I know what I need to do. I'm totally got this. Well, I signed up for the live streaming, and it was subpar, to be honest. You did get to see the keynote speakers, but you know what? They put that on YouTube after anyway, so it wasn't really anything special. And so the following year, in 2012, they were going to Vegas. And I thought, you know what? I want to go to Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas. So I planned everything, and away I went. And I'll tell you, the experience that I had made me regret horribly not having gone to Texas in 2011. So, I mean, my story was the fact that I totally missed out an opportunity because I thought I knew what I needed to do, and I really didn't. And it's not that I didn't know what to do, it was the fact that I didn't know what I was in for. Because what we're going to share with you guys tonight as to why you shouldn't miss reunion is exactly why I regretted it so horribly that I had missed it in 2011.
Plus, Texas was awesome.
Oh, thanks, Katie.
Sorry. Hey, you get to make it up in Nashville. We're gonna.
I know I do.
Western country time.
That's right.
Awesome. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. My reunion story. The very first reunion that I would have had well, I couldn't really because I had just joined. So sign up and registration for reunion was like already that ship had sailed. But I did earn the incentive trip within a few months of joining Scentsy, earned for 2 to go to Punta Cana. I had so much fun on the Punta Cana trip that I just knew I was going to go to Reunion because everybody said how awesome it was. So I was like, okay. And then I went to what we used to call Spring Sprint, which is like a little mini reunion in the month of like February-ish for most of us. And that was so unbelievably wonderful. I have never missed one of those. And that is what inspired me to go to the actual convention family reunion, which I'm telling you, there's just nothing like it. Like, it is just so wonderful and so fun, and everybody's like happy, and I won't miss it. I mean, ever. It's just that great. So do what you have to do. Start a little savings where you put, a little portion back so that when it comes time to register, you'll be able to do that without even thinking about it. It's like my goal in life. Like, reunion. End of story. Love it.
Awesome. All right, who's next? I'm going to go Jamie, and then I'm going to go.
Okay, so my reunion story is very different from these other ladies here. I actually joined in October 2008.
Christina, we can hear all of that, honey.
I know, I'm sorry. I was trying to be really, really stealthy and like go get them.
Not at all.
I know, it's because nothing in my life can actually go non-Christina style. Like, I only do things as loud and ridiculous as I can.
So I just had to go get my charger cord, so I felt bad too.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to leave them tangled.
Christina, do I need to put my teacher voice on?
Yes.
You're right.
Okay, go. I'm sorry. I love you guys.
Okay. As I was saying,
We're so really tangled. Go for it.
So my story is quite different than these other ladies. I joined October 2008. I did not attend a reunion until August of 2011, and it was the one in Fort Worth. So by the time I went to a Scentsy family reunion, I was already a director. I believe I had already attended boot camp, I think. I had earned an incentive trip to Disney World for my family of 4, and I got a call a couple weeks, really, before that reunion from a guy named Steve, and he called me on the phone, and I started crying in the parking lot of Big Lots because he asked me to speak on the stage, the big stage, like in front of 10,000 people. And he asked me to do a recap of a training that I had done for one of the Tuesday training calls. So the reason I broke down in tears is when I was a little girl and people used to ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would just say, I'm going to be famous. And that's really all I ever said. Now, in my mind, I was going to be the next Reba McEntire because she was like my world. So I wasn't the next Reba McEntire, but that literally made one of my lifelong dreams come true because I was on a stage in front of 10,000 people. I wasn't singing like I thought I would be, but I was sharing something that I was just as passionate about, and it was this business that had changed my life. Like Katie said, and I tell it in my story, and you can access that video on the Training Center. I was a teacher when I started Scentsy, and I had done other direct sales businesses, was never successful with them, but I was successful with Scentsy. And I started out just thinking that I could get some fun shopping money, and shoes is usually what I bought with it. And so I talked about that in the speech, but the speech was about how to turn your hostesses into a recruit, which is how I had become a director and how I had earned the Disney trip. So this was something that just little old me had done, and I knew other people could do it. So my Scentsy family reunion was quite different than a normal Scentsy family reunion. I got to live one of my lifelong dreams, but also I could not walk anywhere after that without someone stopping me. I couldn't even pee without someone stopping me in the bathroom. So it was a little overwhelming. So actually, my second Scentsy family reunion was probably more like a real reunion. And even though it wasn't my lifelong dream, it was just as much of a high for me, just in totally different ways. It was just as much a high because of the atmosphere of it, because of the making all these new friends and seeing team members that I'd never met before. That's probably my favorite part of reunion, is getting to connect with team members that I've never met. I have team in 32 different states now, so a lot of these people I don't see person to person. I don't get to go to coffee with them. So that's, I don't know, I kind of told two stories in one, but that's my first reunion story, and that's why I love reunion.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, all of you. I'm going to share my reunion story now, and then I'm going to jump into my segment because I'm a line jumper. But I'm really, really frustrated right now because I was listening to Dawn and realized I had a visual to show my Scentsy reunion story. It's all tangled up in something, but I'll show you here in a minute. But anyway, I joined Scentsy in 2011 November. I did not know about like any events really. I remember when I joined, they were advertising Spring Sprint, and I was like, what is that? So I didn't go. Wish I would have. I can only imagine what that would have done for me. And like, but you know, I was clueless when I started. I didn't even know there were monthly specials until I had 6 people on my team. I didn't know we had Christmas warmers, and it was Christmas when I signed up. Like, I was a mess. So deciding to go to reunion was huge for me because I wasn't really that invested in Scentsy when I had first heard about reunion and had decided to go. So what I did is I heard reunion was going to be in Vegas, and I was like, that's a pretty good excuse to go to Vegas. So I basically told a bunch of my friends in real life that I wanted them to go to Vegas with me, and the only way they were allowed to go was if they joined my Scentsy team. And so they did.
Genius.
And they went to Vegas with me. If you guys scroll back forever, it was literally me, 2 of my best friends, and my husband. We all went to Vegas. We were just going to go have fun, do the Vegas thing, and we did. Because I had just never been on a vacation with my husband before. I'd never been anywhere with my friends. I was like, this sounds really adult right now. Let's go on vacation with our besties. So that's what we did. We went to Vegas just to have some fun. Little did we know we were going to be psyched out of our minds. At least I know I was, for sure. So I wanted to show you guys a minute. First of all, I'm going to show you my first lanyard from my first reunion. That was the Clankling. Was trying to get these unraveled from the thousands of lanyards I already have from a million other events now. And my bling I made for reunion in St. Louis. And it's like Clankly bling, and it's all stuck together. And that ties on to Dawn's segment later. But this is my first one ever. I remember that year they had that to say you were in session, you swiped your card. They didn't do that again. I don't know why. But anyway, I was a star consultant, first time attendee, shooting star. I was selling Velada at the time. And I had my best friends there with me. I had a team of 12. But we were the kind of people who like to show up to stuff, so we went to everything. Every single event Scentsy had that year we went to, and including awards night. And I want to tell you guys something about awards night. Number one, they're not having it this year. I'm sorry. But you're going to see everybody earn their awards during session, which is amazing. Please cheer and hoot and holler for the people that you know walking across stage, and cheer, hoot, and holler for people who don't get a lot of cheers, hoot, and hollers. Let's make everybody feel good, I'm just saying. But either way, awards night. They had the director walk, and I saw all those people who were directors walk across the stage, and I was like, wait, people promote in this company? Like, to leadership levels like that, like in real life, and there were like 1,000 people that walked across stage, and I was like, so that's an achievable goal. Awesome. I want that. Done. And so as they kept having people walk across stage for random things, like, you know, they have the superstar director walk, and you have people walk across for that, and I'm like, oh, that's achievable as well. Those look like real people. Those look like people I'd run into at Walmart. I could be a superstar director. And then we had awards night, which my friends and I went because it was an excuse to dress fancy. And so we dressed up, we went to awards night, we were super psyched about it, and then you had people walk across stage for annual mentor. And I was like, I want that. Okay, because they did that, and there was only like 60 people who walked across stage, and I was like, so that's hard to earn. I want to do that. Like, it was kind of like challenge accepted. And so there was that, and then they announced where the incentive trips were going to be, and I was like, free freaking trips. I want one of those. I want all of these things that they're showing me right now. And then at the very end, they announced that Scentsy Family Reunion the following year was going to be in Indianapolis, which is where I lived. And I was like, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to earn my first trip. I'm going to earn annual mentor, and I'm going to be a director before Indianapolis. I'm going to walk across the stage in my hometown for the first time, walking across the stage ever. So my goal was hometown, walk across the stage, first time ever, done. And I got to bring this home because I did it. So there's director of Scentsy, Valletta Grace Adele at that time. Got my annual mentor, trip qualifier, and boot camp attendee, all between my first reunion and my second reunion, because reunion is amazing. I didn't know a single person there except for the 2 people I'd known forever that I brought with me. But it was infectious. I fell madly in love with every single person I ran into. I fell madly in love with Heidi and Orville. It was the first time I had ever seen them, and they are super inspiring. And I just knew that I could never miss a single other one. So there's my reunion story. And this is a completely unrelated reunion. So, done clanking. I apologize, everybody. So, my segment for tonight, I'm going to tell you guys how to get your teams to go to reunion. Number 1, tell them that they have to. That actually is true. Edie, back when I was a little bean star consultant, I believe is when I ran across her training that she shared with everybody. It was Dana Wild, something about mantras and how, like, you say what you want to happen and, like, speak it out into truth. Like, you can be like, I have lots of money or something. I forget what it was exactly, but one of the main things I took from that to my team was I basically spoke what I wanted my team to look like and be like. And so my very tiny little team of 12, I told them all about these mantras and how if we just spoke what we wanted to happen, it would happen, and I wanted to do that for our team. So my team's mantras were, you know, positive actions gets positive results. You know, our team is always positive. Our team is very welcoming. So we just started saying things, our team is this, even if it wasn't that way yet. So just basically saying the actions that you wanted to actually happen. So we were like, our team is positive. Our team is welcoming. We are kind to everybody. We answer every question on the team page. Our team supports one another. We lift each other up. We help each other when we see each other out and about. If we run into a Scentsy consultant out in the wild, we offer them a hand, we cheer them on, we ask them what their story is, and we never compete with them. And so we started putting these mantras in place about what we wanted our team to look like. And our team was, we work our businesses, we are excited about Scentsy, we love everything that Scentsy does, and we trust the company. And then one of the big ones that we always said was, our team goes to events. And that was easy to say back then because there were just a few of us. So it was our team goes to events. Our team goes to events. And so from the very beginning, we were all brand new. So a few of us had gone to that event. We came home talking all about it. We shared what we were doing the whole time we were there. Everyone was excited. The next year, most of those people that saw that went to the next one. And it started with that spring sprint. Following that, we were like, okay, spring sprint's coming up. Our team goes to events. Spring sprint's coming up. Our team goes to events. And so we just kept saying that, and when it got around to registering for Spring Sprint, everyone, not everyone obviously, but we had a lot of turnout. I think my very first Spring Sprint, we had 60 or 70% of my team go, once I knew that it was a thing. So we had like 60 or 70 people go. And then we had really good turnout the next year. Like this year we had almost 200 people of a team of 400 go. So we're really big on our team goes to events. We just do. That's just what our team does. That's just what we do. And so when you join our team, it's kind of that mentality anyway. Like, oh, why wouldn't you go? Let's try to help each other go. Let's encourage everyone to go. Why wouldn't you go? Everybody goes. You know, it's kind of like a peer pressure thing, but not really, because it's a genuine opportunity for them to grow their businesses, and we love seeing people succeed on our team. So we really want them to, you know, go. We want them to go. We love success. And so by keeping those kind of mentalities on our team, nobody really thinks that they wouldn't go. You know, everyone's first thing is, oh, I'm going to go. And then if something comes up, maybe I can't go, but my priority is I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And so just basically living that with your team, you always go. As a leader, I think it's crazy. I think every leader should be going. You know, make that your priority. If you just got director, even if you're a star consultant, if you have anyone on your team, I want you to commit right now to saying, hey, I go to events. I just go to events. That's what I do. I go to every Scentsy event. And start, you know, building that mantra with your team. Another thing I did that's a little more tangible, because that's a lot of mental work, but if you start it early on or you start it now and you just keep growing your team with a lot of mental work and a lot of mantras, you're going to find that they're going to start recruiting the kind of people who share those feelings. They're going to start sharing those feelings, and then they're going to also lead their teams under that to share those feelings as well. So our team goes to events. That's just what we do. Another thing I did that's more tangible is we talk about events all of the time. Whenever anyone shares a story or where they learned something, they share about an event that they attended with Scentsy and how it really changed what they did. So events are just an integral conversation piece in our team page anyway. Anyone who's gone has lots of experiences from those that they share. But this year, one thing I did is I actually created an event on my team page and invited all of them to it. It just said Nashville Scentsy Reunion, like, duh, we're all going, right? So I wanted to invite you all to go. I know some people do it, you know, digitally. Some people do it postcards. Whatever it takes to really get people to go to events, do that. Invite them personally. Some people just want to know that you want them to be there. They can see that Scentsy's invited them, but they don't care about Scentsy's email server inviting them to go to reunion. They care that you want to see them there. So make sure that you're reaching out to your team members, every single one of them in some capacity. Email all of them, text all of them, invite them all with a postcard, or write them all a note and send it in the mail, inviting them to reunion. And then, or, you know, like I said, create that event on your Facebook page as like a 1-2 punch. So invite them personally, but then add that event so that they can RSVP somewhere and let you know that they're coming. We made that event so that we could share when registration opened and all the little spoilers we were receiving about, you know, information about when registration was going to open, anything we learned about reunion. It was all dumped there, so the excitement was building as people watch us working in that event and adding information to that event. They're like, what are they doing in here? We want to see that. So we got the excitement going that way as well. So just personally invite everyone. No, I have the chat open over here as well. Number one, Katie, you have a ton of fans on right now, and they love you, and they're excited that you're here. They said that they didn't know a celebrity was going to be joining us this evening. So I'm going to start stealing things from you when I see you, and I'm going to sell them. So anyone, I hang out with Katie a lot at events, so I'm going to start just like pickpocketing her, or like steal an earring, or, you know, trip her and be like, I don't know where your shoe went, man. And I'm going to start selling them. So if you just want to PM me, I'll send you my secret underground link. We love Katie.
Dork.
I know. And it's reunion is not in the same place every year. And everyone who says, I really want to attend but money's not there, you guys have a business, a Scentsy business that will pay for your Scentsy events. And that's one of our biggest things on my team is I'm like, you know what? No, you shouldn't be spending family money on Scentsy events. Don't even look at your bank account. That's not where your money for this event's coming from. You need to be working your businesses. You need to be like, hey, I need $300 for registration. How am I going to get that? You know, that's $300-$400 parties. I can do that. $300-$400 basket parties. Okay, done. Putting those out in April, getting that paycheck, paying for a reunion. So just, you guys have to be like, hey, I want to go so bad that I'm willing to do what it takes. And I promise you want to go so bad, so do whatever it takes. Anyway, that's my segment. I'm going to move on to Katie Farner, celeb status hashtag. Katie's going to talk about why it's important to go no matter what your title is and more.
All right. So thanks for that, Christina.
You're welcome. I love you.
You're a freaking celebrity yourself. Everyone on here is a celebrity.
I
I'm
just
gonna
like to
sell all
bother
of
you.
your things. I'm going to steal from all of you and sell all of your things. Okay. So I'm really glad Christina said that about what her title was when she started, and I wish I had brought my lanyards in here from my office. But like when I went to Reunion, I was a star consultant as well, Christina. Yes.
Amazing.
I was a star consultant with a team of 1, 2, 3, 3 and me, so 4 total. And I left Reunion in August of 2011, and by November of 2011, I was director with a team of 18. So Christina, what she talked about with how much things can change in the course of time between one reunion and another, I absolutely had that same experience as well myself in just a couple months. And so let's talk about that. So there's tons of people who have the opportunity to come to Reunion. A lot of people think that you have to be a certain title to be able to go. This is open to everyone. You can be a brand new essential consultant and come to Reunion, and you should. Some of the reasons why. Okay, let's talk about it. Number 1, when you go to events, when you participate in Scentsy stuff, and you're posting about that on social media, do you know what that does for your business? Hello. It shows that you're a professional. It shows that you are the one to help them with their Scentsy stuff. Your customers, your friends, the people in your network, they get excited to see that you are engaged, that you are doing stuff. Don't you want, like, think about it from your perspective. Don't you want to shop with the best? Don't you want to be able to say, oh yeah, my hairdresser is the best. Like, I got my hair done today, all right? And I love referring my hairdresser because I think she's incredible. We went to hair school together and she rocks. And so I love recommending her because I'm confident she's the best, and I know other people will be thrilled to use her. So it's the same thing with Scentsy. When people see that you are engaged and you are actively participating in the Scentsy world, your people in your network are going to be thrilled. That's just one more reason that they know that you are on it, that you are on point with your Scentsy business. So it's huge for that. Like Christina also mentioned, the networking opportunity. When I went to my first Scentsy family reunion, I did not know anyone. I had come with my mom, and thank God for that, because it was like kind of like, oh, I'm scared, I'm scared. And they didn't do like a first-time attendee thing back then. Now they have the amazing first-time attendee opportunity for you to go to that little meeting or whatever, meet and greet, so you can meet other first-time attendees and make some new friends. Because I'm telling you, if you just talk and speak to other consultants, there is such a warm family vibe when you are part of Scentsy that go to that first-time attendee thing, and I promise you, you're going to make some new friends. When you're standing in line and you see someone else wearing a Scentsy shirt, make a conversation with them. You will leave Reunion with new lifelong friends. So that's another thing that's great about it. And of course, the actual training that you receive. I left Reunion, and it's so funny that Jamie mentioned this. I keep all of my notebooks from every single reunion. I still have my notes from her training. I still have my notes from all of the trainings from my first reunion. And that's still stuff that I use to this day. Like Jamie was talking about how she flipped her hosts. I went home and I was like, I've been so scared to recruit. I had a bad past experience in a management position that I failed at, was fired. It made me really insecure about sponsoring and being a leader. And so I didn't share the opportunity at all. And Jamie made me feel more comfortable. Other consultants that spoke about it as well made me feel more comfortable that I could do this. So I went home and I recruited 7 people in September. Why? Because I did what Jamie told me to do. I did what Jamie taught me. She taught me to offer the business opportunity to my hosts. So I went home, booked a bunch of parties because of the great training I got at Reunion, and I flipped a bunch of those hosts. It was truly that simple. So the training that you're going to receive at Reunion is going to be huge for your business. And there's something so different about receiving this training one-on-one in person versus listening to it online. Like, all of us put out training YouTube videos, and videos are definitely helpful, but it's nothing like being there in person. It's hard to describe, but there's nothing like it. Other things that are important about going to reunion. You get to be the first one to shop in the Scentsy family store and like shop all the new exciting business supplies. And there's a UPS, yes, and there's UPS shipping locations in there. So you can just ship it all home. You don't have to worry about fitting it in your luggage. Trust me, the first year I made a big mistake and my suitcase was over on weight and I didn't have a carry-on bag, so I had to pay like $50 in fines for my suitcase being over. So take my advice and ship it. Ship it. Use UPS. But that's so much fun, having the Scentsy family store there, getting to shop all of that stuff. Hello, the kit. The kit that we get is incredible. You get to come home to this amazing package full of all these beautiful new things from the catalog. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's also great. And no matter what your title is, whether you're a star consultant, a lead consultant, a director, maybe you're a certified consultant with 1 or 2 people on your team. Your title doesn't matter. You're a leader as soon as you sponsor one other person. So it's important that you set the tone, that you make it clear that going to these events is a priority. How can you tell your downline to go if you're not even going to go? Now, absolutely, all of us on this panel understand that circumstances arise to where you just physically are unable to go. But we have time to prepare. We have time to plan, to save and get ourselves there. Can't afford it? Work harder and earn more money over the next couple months to help you get yourself there. You will not regret being at reunion. It is worth every single thing that you'd have to sacrifice to be there. There is not one person that you can talk to who has been who will tell you that it didn't change their business and change their life. I believe so strongly in the power of reunion. And those are just some of the reasons why I know that you going will make a huge impact in your business and in your life. You're going to get tangible training that you can go home and apply the very next day. You're going to get so pumped and so excited for the fall-winter product season. You're going to be seen as more professional and more legit to your Scentsy customers and your fan base, as I like to call it. It's all around so important for you to be there. So that's what I wanted to share.
Okay, we're going to move on to, sorry, I was answering chats. Chatting with our friends over here on the YouTube.com. Okay, so Jamie is talking about why you should attend every session. Edie's talking about recognition. Dawn's talking about Scentsy Spirit. I'm going to do Dawn. Dawn, are you ready?
Thank you, because I'm on Benadryl, and if you people could see me, I am covered in hives from the neck down from something I ate. And I had to take the Benadryl because I feel like there's little cooties crawling all over me and I'm itching and scratching and it's just been horrible all day. So I am going to say my piece and I am going to go take another Benadryl. But what I am going to share with you are how you can really incorporate photo opportunities into your reunion experience, like the other girls mentioned, showing the wonderfulness of it all on your social media and having those memories to look back on. My goodness, if you're having a low day, just go open up that album and look at all the wonderful things that you've done at reunion. But one of the things that I like to do is, I suppose some of my friends think that I'm like the little court jester or the little entertainer. Because I don't like standing in line. I just don't. And I know that other people don't like standing in line. So when there is a line at one of our events like reunion, I take fun little things like little props and little signs, and I walk up to a group that's chitty-chatting and I'm like, hey, you got to get a picture with my really cool sign. And they're like, what? And I'm like, here, hold it up. And it makes it so fun. Like my first year was I flipping love Scentsy. Now, the reason it was my flipping love Scentsy that all the little people would hold in front of them while I did the really cool group shot was because I was at the dollar store and I found green and purple spatulas. Well, when you're a Scentsy person, everything green and purple, you're like, ah! So I'm thinking props, you can't break them. They fit in my backpack. I'm taking them with my sign. So I have all these pictures of all these wonderful people that I got to meet just while we're all standing around in line to get through the door to go to a session or to do this or to get our picture with Heidi and Orville. I mean, it was just the most wonderful thing. So people now know me because I'm the picture-taking girl. I take sunglasses. All these little things that are props that I can take pictures of other people having fun so that they can then have that picture and brand themselves with their business. So I have so many pictures of people having fun. It's just wonderful. But then people started asking me, well, no, Dawn, you have to be in our picture too. And I'm thinking, they don't know me. And they're like, we watched you on your videos. So like apparently they kind of thought they knew me. But little props, like I got this today. Okay. Now, do you see this? This is actually, I got this at Walgreens while I was buying my Benadryl.
It's one of her hives.
One of your big hives.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Maybe
cut off a hive.
You'll notice this before you notice all my other ones. Red Nose Day. This is actually a promotion that Walgreens does to help childhood poverty. And it is totally cool, and it's only $1. And I mean, people laugh. You guys laughed when I stuck this stupid thing on my nose. But if you could just be a little bit silly and take those fun pictures of people having a good time, and then you're able to share that, and it just helps build the Scentsy spirit. And the general atmosphere is Scentsy is fun. It's not some boring old direct sales company where you look at trainings. Not that we don't have wonderful trainings. We have wonderful, engaging people that give us trainings, but you have to make it fun too. And then you have to take pictures of that fun, and then you have to share that fun on your social media. So parties, when I do parties, I take pictures. I take pictures of girls smelling bars. I take pictures of girls holding up a light bulb. I mean, it's just silly, goofy stuff. But then I'm able to post those on my wall, tag those pictures. Their friends see them having fun at my Scentsy party. And of course, they contact me because now they want to have fun too. See how it works? It's like contagious fun. Okay?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like drinking the Kool-Aid.
It is, but it's just, and then like I said, if I'm having a bad day, like I have bad days, I will go through and I will look at those pictures and I just can't help my face. It starts to smile. Like I'm like, oh, look how much fun they're having. Oh. I mean, it's just really nice. I mean, I love that stuff. I'm all over it, man. So use your photo opportunities. Even if you think there is no photo opportunity at a party, put sunglasses on the freaking dog. Do you realize how many times I have pictures of somebody at a party's dog wearing my sunglasses? And like that's the picture on their wall that gets the most, oh my gosh, what were you doing? Oh, I was at Dawn's party, blah, blah, blah. And it just makes it like more fun for everybody and for you. And it's good for your business. So use your photo opportunities, create that Scentsy spirit, and I want to hear what the other girls have to say, but if you see me slip away, it's because I'm just really tearing my skin right off because of my hives.
She's itchy.
That's so sad.
I never saw a skin do this. Ugh.
I hope you feel better, Dawn.
Well, I don't feel bad. I just itch. It's like hard to sleep when you're itching.
Have a glass of wine. You won't care.
Oh my God,
Right.
that would be the worst. Benadryl and wine?
Night-night.
I don't know if that's illegal or not.
This would be me.
Snoring.
And then we will do a call when she's on Benadryl and what.
Yeah. Oh boy,
Oh,
you know
goodness.
what's that?
We got started a little late tonight, so I hope our glowworms, we're going to call you something like glowworms. don't know where that came from. That's
Let's
not
call
your.
them fireflies.
Your
Yeah,
fireflies.
or fireflies.
Glow, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Just kidding. Hashtag not glowworms. Hashtag fireflies.
Right.
I hope you guys will stick around with us a little longer. We still have Jamie and Edie to go, and they've got some awesome stuff to talk about. I know that we are taking some of your time, but we really love spending time with you, and I hope you like hanging out with us because that's what we feel like this is. We're all just hanging out together, right? So we're going to go ahead and move on to, because Edie's talking about recognition, we'll just go with Edie because on my little thing it's left to right, and we're reading American style here. So we're going to go with Edie, and then we'll go with Jamie, and then we'll close out. But another thing, Dawn, everyone's laughing at you. They asked if you were the coconut bra lady.
I am the coconut bra lady.
And then the swinging your bra hang free lady. And somebody said their 2-year-old is sick and on her lap, but he is laughing so much at you right now. So you're making a little boy's day today who is not feeling well. So,
Yay.
and everyone cannot wait to meet you for their photo opportunities at reunion. So you just set yourself up for more YouTube hashtag celebrity photo status.
I always wear a hat, so come and
She
find
does.
me. And
She always wears a hat and usually a dress.
Well, because I'm short, so if I wear the hat, you can find me in the crowd. So I have a tall husband and a short me wearing a hat. Come find me. I would love to get pictures of your group.
And they're always so cute, walking around holding hands. They just look like the most adorable.
Oh,
They
they're
are adorable.
so adorable.
I'm a Dawn, Spice Dawn fan club member. So if everybody sees me take pictures of her because she's my fave.
Hey, I'm
I'll
gonna
start selling
her
your
stuff.
stuff too.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell her stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna steal it.
The reason that we're always holding hands, you want to hear the real story about that? I get vertigo, and I fall the hell over if I look up. Like so, Colin holds my hand so I don't make an arse out of myself falling over in public at family reunion. So I mean,
True love.
we are in love and everything, and I like holding his hand.
He does like me, I promise.
If
Like-
I go to dust cobwebs or do something, I will fall right over. It's called vertigo. Edie had it. It was horrible. Ugh. See what we share?
It's horrible for sure. I don't have somebody to hold my hand there because Ben never goes with me. I got to convince him to go just to hold my hand so I don't fall over.
Yeah, it's pretty wonderful.
All right, Edie, you're up.
Okay, so recognition. Scentsy Family Reunion has been, I think for me, one of the biggest things besides the Scentsy spirit that Dawn was just talking about is that there's such a flutter that happens all the time that the energy is just so, I don't even want to say pumped up. It's just like a butterfly's wings flapping all the time. I mean, that's just how it feels, you know? There's just this flutter in the air. And when you're anticipating different segments of Family Reunion, they have general sessions, we have keynote speakers, Heidi and Orville always come up and talk to us, and so we get, to hear their keynote speeches and really engage in that. But some of the things that I really look forward to, and I think Katie can feel with this, because I love to challenge myself. I love to say, hey, you know what? If that person can do this, I'm a human being. I have the ability to do things too. I know I can do that. And so I'm going to raise the bar, and I'm going to try my hardest to get to a certain point to earn these things, and I become really passionate about it. It's not that I'm competitive and I knock people out of the way, but I get really compassionate about it because I want others to be joining me on stage, or getting the awards that I'm showing on my trophy shelf, and being able to have those things that you can say, hey, you know what, I did this, and sometimes Leo, this is the wrong time for you to be acting up.
Is that your cat?
No, it's my puppy. He wants to say hi.
Oh.
So I feel that it's an opportunity for us to not only prove that we can do these things, but you know what? There's a lot of people coming into this business that maybe have low self-esteem. maybe have not accomplished a lot in their lives, and this is their opportunity to become their own entrepreneur and to really excel at something that they're really enjoying, and to then share it with somebody else that they can do the same thing. I mean, that in itself is a recognition internally that I just think is so important for part of what Scentsy Family Reunion stands for. So that was the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure that I talked about tonight, because I think the internal recognition is extremely important. You know, we all have the same opportunity. We all have the same ladder that we can climb, or the same, awards that we can reach. So it's really important that you see those things happening on stage, and you just embrace it. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to show you, and this is something that Scentsy Family does for us, is even at the very beginning, before we even get to Scentsy Family Reunion, they recognize us for some of the things that we've accomplished along our journey. And Christina showed a little bit on hers. I have mine, which is not as clanky as Christina's, but it is quite massive and has a lot of because every time we go somewhere, they give us a lanyard. So I've been collecting them for some time. But see these little tags on the bottom, the ribbons, and it says, you know, what title you are, what brand you're with, what you've accomplished, if it's annual mentor, if you're a trip qualifier, shooting star. So they recognize you right before you even get to reunion. So during your registration process, they're going to go through your account and they're going to say, hey, okay, we need to get this girl a ribbon for shooting star, or maybe she made sensational start level 2, or maybe she's a star consultant and she's earned a trip. So they're going to recognize you, and then as you're walking through reunion, these ribbons are all, it's your accolades. It's things that you can show off and say, hey, I did this. You know, I've accomplished these things. I'm super proud. I'm going to wear my lanyard. So that's the very first thing that you get to do, and that's super exciting, especially as a new consultant, to see what ribbons you get when you register. The other things that they do, obviously, is they're going to allow people to be recognized on stage. So the directors, they get to walk across the stage. The star directors get to walk across the stage. The superstar directors get to walk across the stage. And it's so much fun to recognize, and we look forward to that. I know, right? Katie's like, I get to do the superstar director walk this year.
I've been a director for 4 years.
I know. And I get to do the star director one. And then the other thing that they do is you get to do a 5-year walk. I get to do my 5-year walk this year. So that's pretty exciting, right?
Yeah.
You know, so they recognize us for these things, and I just think it's amazing, because it gives us that encouragement that what we're doing is right, and what we're doing is making a difference. You know, and just the fact that you're walking across the stage doesn't seem like maybe to some people like a big deal, but you know what? To us, it's pretty flippin' awesome. You know, sensational start level 3 people, they're gonna get recognized up on stage. You know, because that's
on the screen too.
Yes, our names get put up on the screen. People take pictures. It's awesome. It's totally awesome. And then one of the other things that they do, and Katie knows this one a little well, they recognize a shining star. And you know what, to me, that recognition to me is probably the best recognition of all of them. It's like winning Miss Congeniality at a what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you. Because it comes from your peers. You know, everybody gets to vote, everybody gets to nominate, everybody gets to write a little letter and say, you know what, this person changed my life, or this person did that thing for me, or this person has just been such an inspiration, and they've followed all of the generosity, simplicity, and authenticity that Scentsy represents. You know, so you get put on stage and you get recognized for that. Wow, to me that's just insane, right? That's like one of the best things that you can be nominated for. And to be honest with you, you know, the person that wins it, that's, and boy, I need to be careful, because I was going to say the person that wins it doesn't take away from the people that were nominated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because yes, it's awesome if you actually win the Shining Star Award and you get the nice trophy and, you know, and all of this stuff, but just being nominated or even having a letter sent in on your behalf, that's huge. You know, so that's the kind of recognition that Scentsy Family Reunion offers, because it's something that our peers provide. We get to see that. You know, so there's just a lot that Scentsy Family does for recognition to all the consultants, no matter what level you are, no matter what title you are, no matter how big your team is, no matter how small your team is. It doesn't matter, because if you've earned a spot at where you are, you earned that spot. Whether it's a trip, whether it's an award, it doesn't matter. So I love the aspect of Scentsy Family Reunion for the recognition part, and it kind of goes along with the Scentsy spirit, because we're definitely showing spirit during the time of recognition. So that's my piece on recognition, and I hope if you guys have something to add, do that.
I do.
I
Leo and I would love it.
You say you do too, Katie?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add mine first. Real
Go
fast.
ahead.
Guys, what Edie mentioned, Shining Star, I feel like this award doesn't get enough, like, airtime. I feel like Scentsy needs to send out tons of emails all the time about nominating people for this. Just so you guys know, nominations are still open for that. And
April 30th.
I found out, too, if there's somebody who's in a different region than us and is super inspiring to you, like I know my team, we were all kind of banding together to nominate somebody for Region 3. You can still nominate them, but they'll get their award or their recognition at their reunion. So, but you can still nominate them, which is really cool. So you can send in your nominations for Region 1. You can send in your UK and Region 2 nominations. If you have an Australian that you're madly in love with, send in their nominations. Spread the love everywhere. But nominations are open until April 30th, and you can just get the Shining Star form, I think, on your workstation, right, in Resources?
Right.
Resources. So go there. You know, somebody who's really done a lot for your business. You know, it doesn't have to be your upline. It can be your upline. It can be somebody that you met at a fair. You know, I know, like, when I first started, I used to find people at fairs and connect with them and be like, teach me your ways. And so, like, just somebody that you've really had that has a huge impact on your business. So, but read the qualifications for that. Make sure that it's somebody that really embodies all of those, and the qualifications are in your startup guide. Katie.
Right.
I just wanted to add, too, like, talking about the annual awards and the recognition, for me, as I was growing my business and growing my income, those annual awards, you get that bonus right before you go. So that bonus helped me pay for my hotel room. It helped me pay for my expenses.
That's right.
You get an awesome bonus right before you go to reunion. Like, hello, it's amazing.
And if you hit both annual mentor and annual sales, it's like
that's a huge fat bonus.
Christmas for 3 years.
Yeah, for some people, it's at least 10% of their annual income.
Yeah,
the annual
if not
sales
more.
Award is the annual sales award is $1,000 flat, and then mentor is $25 per certified, $50 per lead. Once you've got the 14 and above that are certified and above in that calendar year. I mean, it's amazing. So those annual awards, not only is it just like incredible recognition like Edie talked about, but it also gives you the financial means to go to reunion without having to affect your family's income. So planning ahead as we're starting this new calendar year, look into these annual awards more and set a goal of achieving them, and you won't have to worry so much throughout the year about taking money from your family. If that's a concern of yours, you won't have to worry about taking money from your family to go to reunion.
Right.
So, little side note.
A lot of people said they did not know those awards existed, so I just told them your startup guide, go check that out. It has all the awards you can earn as a consultant. If you don't have your startup guide anymore, go to your resources tab. You can download one there and read it. Get like psyched. I would actually read it even if you haven't earned an award or don't plan on this year. Read it just so that when people at reunion earn them, you know what they're talking about and what those people had to do to earn those awards.
I actually have a video on it too. Like, I don't know if y'all do as well. But
I have a video about it too.
If you just go to YouTube and search Scentsy Annual Awards, you'll find mine and Edie's videos, I'm sure, and you can watch those to learn more about
Didn't we do a video? I think our last video was about annual awards.
We've done that,
On the Glow. Yeah.
On the Glow.
Calendar year is May 1st to the end of April the following year. But we're going to go move on from annual awards because we could spend all day on those. We actually did a few months ago. So go check that out. Yeah, like she said, YouTube it. YouTube Annual Awards of Scentsy. You're going to have a lot of information there. We have Jamie coming up. I'm super excited. I just checked how many people I had registered today for a reunion. It's amazing. So I was like cheating on you guys in my other tab. But I couldn't get the report to load all day, and I was like, oh, I'm on an actual computer now, so I was really excited. So anyway, Jamie.
Yes, ma'am. I am going to be talking to you guys about how important it is to be present at every single session during a reunion. So this was kind of a no-brainer to me, so I was kind of dumbfounded when I saw people leaving session or people coming in late for session. And here's the big thing. Why it's so important to be at every single session. The thing is, you never know what thing is going to speak to you. And I kind of equate it like to when my husband and I go to church. So we're sitting in the exact same church service, hearing the exact same preacher preaching, and we'll come out of church and I'll be like, oh my gosh, didn't you love it when he said this? And Paul will go, oh, I don't remember him saying that, but didn't you love it when he said this? And I'm like, yeah, it was okay. So the thing is, every person is going to get something different from even the same speaker. But on the same type of note, twisted a little bit, some of you might find your business changing from the keynote speech from Orville or the keynote speech from Heidi. Somebody else, it might be business changing for them to hear from one of the hired-in speakers, from one of the professional speakers. Yet, the person sitting right next to you, their business might be changed by one of the consultant speakers. And you never know who it's going to be that changes your business before you actually hear those speeches. So it's so important to be there all the time. Another reason that it's super important to be in the room all the time is the giveaways. So Katie talked a little bit about the kit that we get, and yes, some of that kit does come in the mail to you and it's waiting for you at home, but some of those things are actually given to you during these general sessions or even in a breakout. So it's been done different every single time. So I remember a couple years ago, there was actually two of my team members, and I'm not going to call them out by name, but two of my team members were not interested at all with the entertainment. So they were going to, and they did, completely skip out on the concert night. Well, lo and behold, there was a little mini session right before the concert, and that is where our testers were passed out. So they were, I think it was one of the times in Vegas, or maybe St. Louis, I don't remember. But anyway, they get back to the rooms after we've been at the concert in the evening, they've been out partying or whatever, we come back to the rooms, and we're all smelling stuff and loving all the new fragrances, and they're like, well, wait, where'd you get those? We're like, we got them right before the concert. And they were like, oh, you're kidding me, I thought it was just a concert. Well, they went to the information desk to get their testers, and it didn't happen. You must be present to get those freebies. So don't miss out on a session. You never know when things are going to be passed out. So last year, something was done a little different. We had all these breakout sessions, and a lot of people were skipping out on some of these because some of them were right at lunchtime. They were hungry. They thought lunch was more important than changing their business. But they were missing out on sessions to go grab lunch or just chit-chat in the halls or whatever. And again, we come with testers. We're smelling all these testers. Well, where'd you get those testers? Well, they were in one of the breakout sessions, and you had to attend a breakout session. You had to attend that specific breakout session to get the testers, and people were missing out. So it's so important to never, never, never miss out on anything. So what are the reasons that people normally miss out on sessions? I started trying to figure this out. And yes, some of them were just thinking they had better things to do and skipping out. And honestly, I can't speak to those people because we're not of the same mindset. I'm the type of person that if I spend that much money and I spend time away from my kids and I spend time away from running my day-to-day life to go learn about a business, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be present. To me, it's not just a monetary investment, it's a time investment. So I hope that each of you, and really, if you're viewing this video, I'm assuming that you're the exact same way as me.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some other things that might be a reason that you would possibly miss out on a general session or even a breakout. And it's really two things. The biggest one is they're hungry or you're thirsty. My bit of advice, plan. It's as simple as that. Just plan. Grab you some snacks, grab you a bottle of water, and stick it in your bag that you're taking to the sessions. If you've ever been around me, you know I always have food. So I'm always going to have trail mix in my bag. I'm always going to have peanut butter crackers. I'm going to have high protein snacks in my bag in case I get hungry, because I don't just get hungry, I get hangry. And you don't want to be around me when that happens. So I always have snacky snacks with me. And I encourage you to do the same, and always have an extra bottle of water or something like that with you. So the other reason that people miss out on session, and this is usually the reason that they're coming in late, and it's because they have stayed up too late the night before, either chatting with Scentsy sisters, possibly, that happens a lot. Maybe you're up half the night talking business. I've done this. I've stayed up till 3 a.m. during reunion, working on some business plans with some of my team or different mentors that I've met through the business. And that happens all the time. But other times they might just be out partying or doing whatever. And really, how can I compete with that, Christina? Really?
I know, right? How do you compete with that?
I know. But my suggestion on that is, number one, if you're out just partying, if you're not a morning person, just don't stay out partying all night, and that won't be a problem. If you're up working on your business, that is super, super important, but general session is just as important. So if you have to set 4 and 5 alarms, do it. If you have to tell your friend to call you and make sure you're up, do it. If you have to tell your husband at home to call you at a certain time and make sure that you're up, do it. Whatever you have to do to make sure that you're up and ready for general session, absolutely do it. Again, on the food note, if you're not a morning person, you might miss your alarm. You're not going to have time for breakfast. Put some Pop-Tarts in your suitcase or put some protein bars in your suitcase so you can just grab that and go, and you won't be late for general session. Because I promise you, it is worth the investment. It is worth the money. It is worth the time. And if you're spending the money, take the time to absolutely be there for every single bit of the session. Don't miss anything.
Good job, man. Good job. No, I'm excited. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, it's like exactly like you said. The people who are going to skip out on sessions are probably not the ones who watch trainings at 10 o'clock at night. But it's still important, because then they have some ammunition for when they tell their teams why it's so important to be fully present at reunion. You know what's really funny? We just told you all the really awesome reasons why you need to attend reunion without once mentioning the fact that you get your registration cost in free product. Because guess what? There's a million other reasons to go. That is one awesome perk. But I hope all of you totally forgot all about the giveaway box, and you're so psyched to go based on the fuel and the info that you just got here today. So things that you guys are asking questions about incentives and things like that. At reunion, they will announce next year's incentives, usually. Since he's been a little bit late on announcing things this year, so they might be mixing stuff up. You never know. But incentive trip for 2017 should be announced at reunion. They'll probably let you know where leadership will be, right? We're hoping. And then they'll announce where reunion's going to be, incentive trips, reunions, etc. So all the good info is going to come. What?
Show us that baby.
Show you the baby. The baby.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
You have to talk so she comes up on the big screen. There you go.
Okay, I'll just put me on the screen. Hey, Liza, look, you're doing a Scentsy training. Sorry, guys. And that's when it became the baby 10 minutes. Either way, guys, I hope you're all psyched to go to reunion. If you guys cannot afford the full $250 right now, it's only $50 for a down payment.
Right.
So go do that right now. You guys
Or
can go
even
get
go
50
with a
bucks.
lesser kit. You can
Yeah, you
can go
could.
for
If
less
you don't
money and not get the kit too. That's an option
We
too.
did just tell you all the awesome reasons why you should go anyway without mentioning the product at all.
Right.
So honestly, if you just want to go for all that excitement and fun and awesomeness, you don't have to do the $250 kit. I think the other one's $125, and guys, it's still worth it. It is worth it to just go and be around your Scentsy people. It is the most motivating thing you're ever going to do. It's going to be the biggest thing that you're ever going to do for your business. It's a business write-off. You can write off everything you do at tax time. So please consider going. Go right now to your workstation and go register. So it's
I think
$50 down.
something
Yeah.
else, Christina, too, that we didn't talk about that I just want to add as like my final 2 cents is I did not anticipate the emotional connection that I would have with home office after going. Like, I didn't understand before I went to reunion how much we truly mean to Heidi and Orville, how much we mean to home office staff. Like, events gets there, Cincy Family Store staff gets there. Like, they bust butt and they work so hard. They'll work all night to make things excellent for us, to fix problems, like, and just getting to see these people in person, feel their heart, feel their love that they have for us. It's just incredible. You really understand what you are a part of, and we are part of something that is truly special.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. If you guys don't have anything else to add, we should probably get off of here. We're taking up everyone's evenings, but I'm so happy that they stuck around and hung out with us for so long.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
So did we decide, Katie, what we're talking about next month, or are we going to leave it as a surprise?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking it would be really fun for each of us to give our number one tip. So spend this next month thinking about what is your number one tip for recruiting and your number one tip for booking parties.
On it.
Number one.
Got it.
I will be there.
We'll be there.
All right, guys. What is the date on that? Does anybody have it in their head?
I got
No, I can get it very quickly.
Who's gonna get it first? Who's
Going
gonna get it?
I am.
be May 2nd.
Second. All right, guys. We will see you guys May 2nd, right back here on this channel.
Love you, everyone.
9
Good
Eastern.
night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
You know what?